So leptomeningeal metastasis is a different category. It's basically a different geographic location than brain metastases. So the leptomeninges is basically the two layers that cover the brain, closest to the brain, so the pia and arachnoid matter. I think of it as almost like the saran wrap that covers the brain. And in there lives a fluid called cerebrospinal fluid. And essentially, what leptomeningeal disease is cancer cells in that fluid or cancer cells in those layers that are closest covering the brain. And your leptomeninges actually extend down your whole nervous system, your central nervous system. This is a covering and a geographic location that's all around your brain and your spinal cord. So when we're talking about leptomeningeal disease, we're talking about a process that extends around your brain and your spinal cord and the fluid that lives around there. So leptomeningeal disease has its own set of symptoms where we really are thinking about, is this lepto? And we call leptomeningeal disease lepto for short, by the way. But symptoms that make us think specifically of lepto go back to, where is lepto happening? So lepto is, again, that fluid around the brain and cancer cells around the brain and spinal cord in that fluid. And what lives in that fluid? Nerves like cranial nerves, which control a lot of head and facial functions. So things like patients might experience things like double vision, blurry vision, hearing changes, sensory or motor changes on their face. So things might not feel the same, and even speech or swallowing symptoms. As you go down the spinal cord and you still have the leptomeninges, we have spinal nerves that live in that space. So as a result, we can get spinal nerve symptoms. So patients can have symptoms of neuropathy, so things like numbness and tingling because of nerves not working right that are coming out from the spinal cord. And lower down on the spinal cord or lower down in the leptomeninges, we have a lot of nerves that come out and control things like bowel or bladder function. So we might get changes in bowel or bladder. So some of the earliest symptoms we see are symptoms like constipation. So when we think about the symptoms related to leptomeningeal disease and when we think about the symptoms related to brain metastases, there is some overlap to that Venn diagram. So there are certain symptoms that are leptospecific, certain symptoms that are brain met specific, and then another set of symptoms that can really be either.